Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I hope you're well. When a government tries to change the culture and traditions of a society, it can be highly controversial and sensitive issue. On the other hand, some may argue that certain cultural practices and traditions may be harmful, discriminatory, or outdated, and that it is the government's responsibility to promote more progressive values and social norms. On the other hand, others may argue that culture and traditions are an integral part of a society's identity and heritage, and that any attempt to change or suppress them is a violation of individual and collective rights. Additionally, attempts to change culture and traditions can often be perceived as a form of cultural imperialism or colonialism, particularly if the government is imposing its own cultural values on a historically marginalized or oppressed community. Now, as Muslims prepare for the holy month of Ramadan, a time of fasting, prayer, and introspection, which is expected to commence on March 22nd, Saudi Arabia has implemented various regulations and constraints on the observance. These measures entail controlling the use of mosque loudspeakers, restricting donations, and prohibiting the transmission of prayers within the mosque, among other restrictions. The use of cameras to broadcast prayers and worshippers inside mosques, as well as photography, have been prohibited by the ministry. Bringing children to mosques is also prohibited, as it can create disturbance and go against the idea of reverence. The limitation on the volume of loudspeakers for the call to prayer, which was already in place, remains. The ministry's instructions also encourage worshippers to read mosque-related books recommended in their circulars. These regulations have been met with criticism from Muslims worldwide, with many viewing them as an attempt by the Saudi government to restrict the role of Islam in public life. Muslims are objecting that the Saudi government is slowly and steadily trying to change the culture of the land, the culture that has remained and practiced since ages. During a telephone interview with the Saudiya, a Saudi news channel, the ministry spokesman responded to concerns by stating that the ministry does not prohibit breaking the fast in mosques, but instead facilitates it by having a responsible person present and ensuring that the sanctity and cleanliness of the mosque are preserved. Additionally, the spokesperson explained that the ban on filming and broadcasting prayers is intended to protect the platforms from exploitation and was not issued because of a lack of trust in imams, preachers, or lecturers. The goal is to prevent any unintended mistakes from occurring. It is true, we are witnessing change in traditions and customs since Mohammed bin Salman came to power, be it mixed gatherings or ban on niqab during exams or organizations of concerts. There's a long list. Now, the Saudi government is trying to make a reform in age-old customs, labeling them as beneficial for the people. We cannot judge them based on the reform they're making this time, as they're not exactly going against Islam. But what the Muslims fear by these steps of the government is that small reforms may affect the Islamic faith and their practices. What the future holds for the residents of Saudi, Allah knows best. Say, God knows best how long they remain there. His alone is the knowledge of the hidden reality of the heavens and the earth. How well does He see and hear? No guardian have they apart from Him, since He allots to no one a share in His rule. Ultimately, the balance between preserving cultural traditions and promoting social progress is a delicate one, and it requires careful consideration of the specific context, needs, and perspectives of the communities involved. The government should always engage in open and respectful dialogue with affected communities and work to ensure that any changes are made in a way that is inclusive, transparent, and respectful of diversity. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help Muslims adhere to the teachings of Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to the straight path. Ameen. That's it for today, brothers and sisters. I hope you liked the video. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, share this video with your family and friends. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.